A Russian invasion of Ukraine could happen at any time.
Tens of thousands of people could be killed.
The war in Ukraine has begun.
The only person who knows what happens next is Vladimir Putin.
Chances are you've probably heard about the recent conflict between Russia and Ukraine. It's easy to check Twitter to keep up with the latest news, but it's important that we understand how this all started. In 1949, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, was formed with the purpose of protecting member countries during tensions after World War II. Essentially, these nations all made a pact to defend each other in the event of an attack, specifically one from the Soviet Union. It's important to remember that the Soviet Union and Russia are not the same. After the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991, its 15 republics all became independent countries, including Russia and Ukraine. In 2008, nearly 20 years after Ukraine's independence, they were promised membership in the NATO alliance.
Ukraine and Georgia will eventually be put on the path to NATO membership.
Though most NATO allies supported the inclusion, membership can only be granted by unanimous consent. It was ultimately turned down by a few countries after Russia's disapproval. In simple terms, Russia wanted control of Ukraine as they felt threatened by NATO's eastern expansion. This is still true today, and is also a key reason for the current conflict. This isn't the only time that Russia has invaded Ukraine, though. In 2014, Russian forces annexed the Crimean Peninsula. President Putin insisted that his goal was to protect the rights of Russian citizens on foreign land, but many speculated that he had ulterior motives. Just months prior, political protests in Ukraine sparked after former President Yanukovych made closer ties with Russia. This event was known as the Revolution of Dignity. Riots continued on for months until Yanukovych fled the country and was officially removed from office.
Yanukovych out of office.
Flash forward to 2021, President Putin began deploying troops for training exercises. Amid fear of Russian invasion, current Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky asked to join NATO numerous times, being denied every time. On February 14, 2022, Putin authorized special military operations, thus inciting the current crisis in Ukraine. Despite being offered evacuation, President Zelensky has decided to stay in the capital city of Kyiv, standing with Ukrainian citizens in the fight against Putin. There isn't just one reason as to why this is happening, and we may never know President Putin's real motivation. The full history between Ukraine and Russia is extremely complex and would take hours to unpack, but it's important that we at least try to stay educated on some of it. You may be asking yourself, why should I care? And to that I say, if you remember one thing, let it be that if we want to stop repeating history, we need to actually understand it.